I'm here tonight to present a wonderful group and project from Cuba. The Beautiful Black Doll project is to benefit African-Cuban girls like Adita here, who want dolls that look like them. The girls will make dolls they feel proud of, positive image black dolls, not like these, which are actually the only black dolls on sale in Cuba right now. The project is also about sustainability, seeing how positive image dolls can start to be made and to be sold in Cuba. My name's Sue Herod. I'm a composer, musician who's lived and worked in Cuba for 22 years. I first met the individuals who run the Black Doll project about 15 years ago. They're well-known writers, musicians, community workers. And in 2016, they came together as a group called El Club del Espendru. And I've so loved and admired their work that I've supported them in any way I can. Volunteer, do whatever's useful. Which is why I'm here tonight, to be useful, to present their project at their asking, because they can't be here. But they are here. Araceli, Alexei, Roberto, Tomasito, and Mahia. They work completely voluntarily. There are no salaries, no premises, a tiny amount of money in the bank, but tons of commitment and passion. They're really great people. This Beautiful Black Doll project has already been successfully piloted by them last year, and now with your help, they want to upscale it and develop it. Why are positive black dolls needed? What's the problem? The bigger context in Cuba spans 4 centuries of Spanish colonization and slavery. Then came the 1959 revolution, which achieved so much, but didn't really address the legacy of those 4 centuries. So the project comes from the club's lived experience of ongoing prejudice and racism, which affects people of colour, and that's 70% of the population, and its particular impact on young black girls. You see this clearly in everyday actions and language. 2 examples: black hair is described as pelo malo, bad hair, and skin as demasiado oscuro, too dark. These things are normalized and internalized by young girls and reinforced by seeing these kinds of dolls, which represent black girls, women as mammies, plantation slaves, and hypersexualized. All this culminates in a painfully skewed self-image and identity. But out of problems into solutions. Last year's pilot of the Beautiful Black Doll now needs to be developed. The pilot ran over 2 days with 25 African-Cuban girls and boys aged 6 to 12. They looked at themselves in mirrors, talked about how they saw themselves, checked skin colour against the materials, looked at dolls from different countries, did little drawings, and began to make simple dolls that looked like them. Here are photos of them at the end of the 2 days. Is it this? Yes. And here are some of the dolls they came up with. If I can hold them up. Yay, the dolls! I was there. It was a complex and joyous event. The Club Espendru then followed up and recorded some very positive outcomes. The children started to show friends how to make their own dolls. Mothers, sisters and grandmothers started to get involved. And small groups of alternative doll makers have started to form all over the city. There are presently 8 groups. All this is just from one pilot. So the project for this year. With your help tonight, the plan is to develop the pilot. The new Black Doll project will now run over 2 to 3 months initially and then on. And it will be with girls only this time, because a real need has been seen for this. There will be 4 training sessions for 10 volunteers, 8 weekly doll-making workshops for 50 girls. The pilot was in central Havana. This will now be across the bay in Regla. A 2-day event will follow where the Regla girls will invite 50 other girls and help them make their own dolls. The event will also have a panel of educators and parents to look at making dolls to sell. Finally, an exhibition where the Regla girls will show off their dolls, and later a thorough evaluation. We estimate that the ripple effect of all these months of work will reach at least 1,000 children, and that's not counting the hundreds of parents, carers, educators and doll makers. What do we need? We need your help. In this project, there are no people or labour costs. Everyone works voluntarily and from the heart. The major costs are things like hiring of venues, buying materials, hiring cameras, transport, design, refreshments and food. Obviously, the more we can raise, the more workshops, the more training, more children, more doll making. Positive image dolls, positive image girls. I leave you with Adita. Mahia was working with her on the project last year and asked her how she was going to dress her doll. And she answered, "Bueno, no la voy a vestir como ella. Sabes, mi muñeca no es un esclavo." Which means, I'm not going to dress her like that. My doll's not a slave, you know. And when I asked Adita's mum what she wanted from the day, she said, "Oh, I just want Adita to keep looking into that mirror and keep smiling." And she did.